What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Apocalypse Movies. I am Jake Berlin, and welcome to another one of our spoiler discussions. Obviously, by the title of this video, you can tell that we are going to be talking about Captain Marvel, the latest, biggest movie to come out in 2019, Marvel's latest entry into the MCU. Technically, in the timeline, the second movie to be released for the MCU. I am joined today by the full crew. We have Keith, Jacob, and Brian alongside me, here to discuss Captain Marvel, and if you can tell by the title as well, this is full spoilers. We are not going to hold back and talk about this movie because why not? It deserves to be talked about in the true fashion that deserves to be talked about. So, the way this is going to work is we're just going to bring up a topic, no particular order. We're going to go around the table and just kind of talk about Captain Marvel and the things that went on. Each topic is going to be something that we want to talk about the most, more than others. It can be positive, it can be negative. We're not really going to rank things or talk about ratings or whatever it is. We're just going to discuss the film to the fullest. And so I'm going to start with the gentleman to my left, and Keith's going to bring up a topic to start us off. And we're going to go off from there, and let's have some fun doing this one. So start us off, Keith. What do you got?
First of all, big box office, which is awesome.
Yeah, 500 mil on opening weekend.
53.
Yeah.
How
crazy.
fast will it hit $1 billion? That's the question.
Will it?
I don't think it will. I don't
so?
think it will,
I
personally.
Shazam's coming.
The
Well, we
thing
got
is,
us next week.
It made it almost halfway in 4 days. I think it will.
I don't know if it's going to have legs.
could
That's
be
the
close.
problem.
You never know.
It has us. It has Dumbo that comes out, then Shazam.
Yeah.
You know, there's a couple movies. I would love to see it hit that much money, but that's going farther than Black Panther.
It
Put it that
clearly
way.
hasn't
That's going
made-
farther
right.
than Black Panther. Put
Right.
it that way.
Right.
And Wonder Woman.
Aquaman had a lot of competition.
That's going farther than Wonder Woman, though, too. And Wonder Woman, look at the legs that movie had.
True.
Did Wonder Woman cost $1 billion? No.
No, but
was
it
like
got
eight,
damn near
almost
close.
eight.
It
That
got
close.
damn
It
near
made like
close.
400
Yeah.
domestic.
It had legs hard.
But
This
Wonder
one's
Woman didn't
huge
make that much
worldwide.
in the first 4 days, though.
No, God, no.
No,
It
it's
made
like
like over
right
60
at
million
100, I
more.
think.
Yeah.
Right,
It made
yeah.
like 60 million more or something like that.
Yeah, so listen, it's big, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so yeah, it's looking great. People are like, I'm hearing a wide range of things about this movie from various people, and I don't know. People have their opinions. I love this movie, man. I don't know. It's maybe I'm too. I try not to be too. Look, we all love all the Marvel movies, most of the Marvel movies, and you love what you love. Whatever. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, fine. I love this movie. I really, really enjoyed it, man. It was a lot of fun. Like I said, we've all been so excited about it. Love Brie Larson. She was great, as always. She is in everything. She's an Oscar-winning actress, and so of course, she's always delivers. I love some of the different twists. One of the things I really noted, we can get into just to jump into spoilers, that the immediate thing that jumped out right away was, first of all, the awesome Stan Lee
The
intro
cameo.
opening.
Oh, the intro was
yeah,
fantastic. Yeah.
Incredible, big,
It was beautiful.
big ovation in the theater when I saw it. But right away, they bring up Jude Law, Jan Rog. Brings up
The back and forth character that
everyone.
leading up
He's
to
Jan
its
Rog.
release.
He's Marvel. He's Jan Rog. He's Marvel.
Yeah.
And Ed Benning is Marvel. Turns out, like, what? But first, no, she was a Kree.
Did you see that coming though?
No,
Neither did I.
none of the.
Okay.
Both her roles, and I got
That she was Marvel?
Yeah, I
dual
didn't see
roles.
it.
I saw that coming.
I didn't even
Yeah.
think about it.
I saw that coming.
Both of her roles that she wanted to be, because the first thing they revealed that she's the version of this Kree Supreme Intelligence.
I had that spoiled for me.
Oh, really?
So when I saw it, I was like, shit.
I didn't even. It never even occurred
Well,
to
she
me.
was only her version of what
That's
she
what I said.
saw.
Well, yeah, the
The
Supreme
one that she
Intelligence
saw.
was pretty, the
Just
the
the fact
way
that
that...
Supreme Intelligence in the movie was a surprise to me. I'd forgotten about that entity. I saw it in the old Avengers animated series. I remember seeing a big brain blob thing,
It's
whatever
like a
it
giant
is.
head with
Yeah.
like 6 eyes.
So when they mentioned it, I was like, "What? What is that going to look like?" And then that was a pretty clever way to display that. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, the fact that she's Marvel, who she actually was Marvel, was amazing. Yeah, that was quite an interesting twist. A lot of twists in this movie.
Yeah,
That's
so if we're going to be...
surprising.
So are we talking about Annette Bening? Is that what you're bringing up?
Specifically, just the first thing that stood out to me, because it happened right away, was just Annette Bening.
Okay.
Being, like I said, the Supreme Intelligence, and then later being revealed
Well,
as Marvel.
first of all, Annette Bening in a Marvel movie is
Yes.
just... I mean, that's
They
mind blowing.
They find these people, whether it's Robert Redford or
Michael Douglas.
Yeah,
like,
Michael
like,
Is
Douglas.
it
it's
just me, or is she like still gorgeous?
She's hot.
Yes.
She's
the older
hot.
lady, like she's still
Great.
beautiful.
She
Yeah,
is.
she
She's
is,
hot.
like,
I would say
damn.
that. No, but
Why is she not still doing stuff?
no. I like the addition of her. And when she was first casted, I remember that the rumors were circulating that she was going to be playing the mother. Of Carol Danvers, and
That's what
the whole entire
um,
movie, I thought that's what she
well,
was
and
doing.
that's kind of how they broke it down in the very beginning. Like they teased the fact that she recognized her from her past.
Right.
And that maybe her mother was also a pilot in the Air Force or worked in the Air Force in some capacity. We learned that she was basically a mother figure to her, not technically her mother. And I know that you guys had mentioned that you didn't really see it coming. I almost noticed it right away. Jude Law, when I first saw him on screen, he didn't feel like Marvel.
Once the movie
He
started,
did not feel
I didn't think it was him.
Not at all.
I didn't think it was I wasn't thinking about it. I was just letting the movie come to me,
Right.
and I just when it happened, I didn't mind it. I liked it, but I didn't like it. It wasn't like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a huge reveal.
The only reason why I saw it coming is because there was no other character in the movie that could have been Marvel.
her.
And her role
Well,
seemed so
her,
important, and she seemed like she was so much more than just an Air Force an executive working on something big. Like she had a bigger role to play, and so the pieces just fell in very quickly for me. Did it take away from my experience of like learning everything going on with her? No, because I liked the way it happened. Am I bummed that she's not around? Yes, because I would love to see the character continue on. But again, it's Annette Bening, and so really, I didn't expect her to be in 2 movies, 3 movies, 4 movies, whatever it is, with the way they went.
Right.
So it didn't bother me. I saw it coming from a mile away because the pieces were kind of just like all beginning to kind of fold into each other.
I thought they were just going to leave out Marvel.
That's what I was
entirely.
thinking.
Completely.
And
Once the
save
story-
him or her for a future movie.
Yeah.
Well,
I just wouldn't do that.
I just thought something else was. They were just gonna say like screw it, and
Yeah.
either not even use Marvel and
Or he died a long time ago or whatever. That's not just wasn't there.
Yeah, so that's why once it started going on, it's like, oh, okay, they're just not gonna use Marvel at all. And then when it was like, oh, she was Marvel, I was like, oh, okay,
wow.
I didn't like.
Love that. I thought it was really interesting.
That's how I.
Yeah, well, through that they changed her origin.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
Big
Yeah,
time.
well, big time. Yeah, so she got it from that device that was technically being powered by the Tesseract.
Basically, is what we got.
But also, she didn't absorb Marvel's DNA. I forget how they explain it, and I've seen
generator.
it twice.
You already saw it twice.
Jude Law's character says that he put somehow his blood is inside of her.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was due to the blast or
it's probably
afterwards she needed blood.
It's probably like a
was
procedure,
after.
like
Exactly.
infusing her
So,
with
like,
blood.
It was a transfusion. I think.
Or maybe she did infuse her DNA through the
But
blast,
that's not
and
how-
that's how she was able to use Kree blood in order to
I took it as.
But she absorbed that energy before that, though.
I
So-
took it
because
as.
her nose was bleeding blue blood after the blast. So I don't know what that means, but
Was it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
her,
I don't remember.
her whole structure was changed once it hit her.
Okay.
Like completely, everything
yeah,
just shifted because there was the one slow motion scene right up on her face when you could see the blue blood going
Yes,
through her
coursing
face.
through her veins.
Yeah.
But there's something about her that she was able to withstand that blast and absorb that energy.
I kind of took it more as she kind of was like Scarlet Witch approach, where it's like the stone changed her
Right.
into
Yeah,
that
right.
thing. This
Right.
Tesseract this time was the one that did it, and then they transfused his blood somehow at some point.
Yeah, maybe she just survived, like
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch and her brothers just survived.
She's the one outlier who was
Yeah.
able to survive.
I guess, yeah.
That whole scene, just before we get to Jacob's topic, that whole scene, the way it was done and shot, was really cool with the special effects and like slow motion and the colors and
it's
everything.
actually the opening of the movie. Which
It is with the
really
sand,
know
the
until
sand
later.
exploding and everything like
Yeah.
that. The way it was
So
all
I was
shot,
wondering what that was.
it was
at the beginning.
really, really well done. But which there's a lot of scenes that are sequences like that in the movie. All right, Jacob. Next
I swear,
next
if you
topic.
take mine, Jacob, I swear.
Oh,
And
relax.
I have a feeling you're gonna.
There's so many.
Relax.
Things. I don't even know where to go.
I know, there's so much.
Well, just for a couple seconds here, like I too love this movie. I do understand problems with it, and I love it because I'm biased towards it, like admittedly, but I don't think it's a great movie. I think it's a really good movie, but I personally love it. And one of the reasons why, and what I want to talk about, is Sam Jackson and his performance. I thought he was freaking amazing in this movie because
You liked
he
it?
is playing a younger version of himself. I like his performance. There's other things revolved around his character that I'm not very fond of, but I'm saying him and the way he played the character, I thought was great because he was a 25-year younger version of himself. So he's gonna have a different personality. People change over time, and I just like seeing him like smile and be youthful, and his interaction
Cracking jokes
with
Mhm.
Brie Larson and their chemistry, I thought was great. Like, I feel like he and Ben Mendelsohn carried the movie more than Brie Larson did, and I thought Brie Larson was great, but she didn't have a ton to do. Like, if you think about it, she does not have a lot of dialogue. She doesn't. She's kind of in the background just watching everybody else talk, and she's trying to take it all in, so I'm okay with that. But I just love Sam Jackson. Like, helped carry this movie, and I think it's my favorite movie of him as Nick Fury. Either that or Winter Soldier, but he's so good as Nick Fury.
I liked him because I felt like this was like before times got tough, and like this is how it really was.
Like, before he
And then,
realized that,
like the
there's
world's gonna
endless threats out
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
It was like the pre-hardened Nick Fury,
Mm-hmm.
and that's funny that you said that because one of my friends said I hated Nick Fury. I said
Really?
why? He goes because Nick Fury's not like that in any of the other movies, and I said yeah because he
duh.
probably there was probably something that from that point to when we meet him the first time or whatever that makes him that tough
You
ass.
see it right at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
He's
is
like,
the reason why he's so
yeah,
hardened.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this is literally the reason
So-
why he changed who he was.
Right.
For 20 years, he's been fighting, like trying to plan for fighting off these
Figure
threats.
out. Yeah.
Well, he's been writing an essay about the Avengers Initiative.
Exactly.
Or
Yeah.
whatever he called it to begin with. The Protector Initiative.
The Protector.
No,
I've seen
hey,
that movie.
Nick Fury, his relationship with Carol Danvers is by far the best part of the movie. It carried the whole film. From the moment they met, you could tell that Sam Jackson and Brie Larson had chemistry. Their back and forth was fantastic. The quickness of it all and just the way it all flowed was really nice. I totally agree with you the way that it was fun and kind of energetic and full of life back then, and had the hair and the eyeball and the whole 9 yards. I think it just it's a perfect blend of seeing a young Nick Fury. We got a little bit of his origin as well, hearing that he went straight to war after high school, and all this stuff that happened from Captain Marvel, or from when he graduated high school to Captain Marvel, and that he's basically a desk jockey before he meets Captain Marvel, and all these things going on. I like his addition very, very well, and a lot of the times you get these side human characters that don't have powers that are really annoying, and he was not annoying, because for most part of the movie, Carol Danvers also feels powerless because she's learning all of this stuff, and so it just feels like a buddy cop movie.
You literally just took the words that I was going to say.
That they're just trying to figure out this whole thing going on around her and the Kree and the Skrulls and everything, and so that's why it works so well. And so, and Sam Jackson's been in that situation before, so he knows how to handle it. And I thought the addition with him was perfect, and I would love to see something like this again. I don't think it'll ever happen again, obviously, but it leaves me hope that it may also happen a little bit in Spider-Man.
A reunion between them.
Well, yeah, there will definitely be a reunion, but
Which I can't wait to see. That.
there could also be a little bit of this
But we'll
in
never get
Spider-Man
a
Far From
younger-
Home as well.
Of the younger version of him with her again.
No, it was definitely one of the higher parts of the movie. Brian, what do you got, man?
I have a feeling I'm taking yours, so if I am, I'm sorry. But
There's so much to talk about.
There
It's
is.
like-
the scrolls are here.
And they suck.
They're not. They're
They're
good.
not.
These scrolls are good, apparently.
Yeah. You kind of just caught me off guard and left me like, wait. Yeah, they're.
Unless you mean the movie. They sucked in the movie. You didn't like them.
I love the
personality,
Skrulls.
or you
I
didn't
love
like,
the Skrulls. The way they handle man.
Really. Oh, we gotta get into this. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Brian.
no,
This is one of my least favorite parts of the movie.
Wow.
So-
Disagree.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
I enjoyed how there was the twist.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming from a mile away. It smacked me in the face when I was like, oh, they're making them be good. Did not expect that at all. Now, am I happy about that? No. I think the Skrulls should have been. I like that the Kree are still looking as bad guys, but I think the Skrulls need to be just as bad guys as the Kree are.
They will be eventually.
They will, but
because
now
they have the Super Skrull out there somewhere who's just waiting to terrorize.
But there
the
are
universe.
some.
I don't
comics,
think this means
some
that
of the
all
Skrulls are
Skrulls
good.
are good.
No.
No, I don't
There's
think so
not.
either.
There's
I
not.
definitely don't think
And
so either.
Talos says during the movie, just because like we're these good ones doesn't mean we're all good. We're all spread out all over the universe. But for people that don't really know the Skrull history and stuff, now that like my friends that I went with, their first impression is, oh, the Skrulls are the good aliens, and I'm like, no, they're not. But these ones, I guess, are. So it just kind of bugs me because I was waiting to see these like nasty. I mean, I guess maybe I was excited thinking like Secret Invasion was gonna come. This is like the planting of the seeds, and it just kind of left turned me on it. But I did enjoy them. I love when they transform. It is dope. That effect was awesome.
I like it a lot.
And Ben Mendelsohn's character, I actually really enjoyed. I was expecting to not like his character because I feel like he's hit or miss sometimes in movies. Really? You think he's solid every single time?
Solid every single time.
Really?
I think he's great.
He is. Maybe not his character.
Yeah, but he is.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So, but no, he stole it from me. I just don't know how I feel about them being perceived right now as good guys.
Australian.
Yeah, Australian aliens. But to me right now, there's a taste in my mouth that they're good guys. And I just don't like it. Like, I get that there's other bad ones, but...
The biggest thing with this movie is it feels like the first part of, like, 6 stories. Like, there was not... There was not enough... Like, felt like there was so much left unsaid.
Yeah.
And it's hard to agree with anything or feel comfortable with anything in the movie because it feels like there's going to be something else coming after this, after Endgame. Like, I'm pretty sure Kevin Feige came out and said this, but I think that they're going to go back to the 90s for the sequel. They're not going to come back into the future.
It's just like Wonder Woman, where it's going to be set.
And so there's so much other stories, and the Skrulls are going to come back in there in some capacity, bad or good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Skrulls to me, and I like Ben Mendelsohn as Talos. I think he's great. I thought the way he played him was awesome. At times it was very jokey and comedic, and I got kind of tired of it. I understand what they were going for. I understand that it fit the story for what they were telling. But one of the biggest things I have, and this kind of ties into the Skrulls, but they didn't feel like a villain of the movie. Like, they didn't really feel like a bad guy that everybody was going up against. It kind of...
There wasn't one.
It switched back and forth multiple times between the Skrulls, the Kree, the Star Force, like everything kind of going on. There felt like a number of different people she was going after, and it just all felt jumbled and mumbled. And the Skrulls had part of that because their role seemed so minor but so big at the same time. They tried to put Talos in the forefront. I thought Ben Mendelsohn played him great, but the scene I cannot get out of my head, and it bothers the crap out of me. And I know that it has great significance to past movies, but when he's drinking the freaking soda,
I knew you were going to say that.
It bothers the living crap out of me that he's doing that, because why is that necessary? And, like, what does that really mean for him? Like, it just kind of feels like a giant joke. It literally just feels like a giant joke.
It's not every Sam Jackson movie.
I get that. No, I understand that. But why?
It's funny.
But why?
It's the same as the Ezekiel 25:17 on his headstone.
That's different.
It's the exact same thing.
That is way different. Putting something on a headstone.
That's something direct from a
But he's
movie.
just drinking a soda? And he's supposed to be like this menacing bad guy?
He's not.
But
Samuel Jackson
was at the time.
In Pulp Fiction, he's this menacing bad guy just drinking a soda.
I'm saying Talos, at the time he showed up in that house, we did not know he was a good guy. We did not know he was a good guy.
I figured he was good once he stepped really into the house. Once he let the kid go, I was like...
You know when I knew he was good? Is because if you noticed, I was thinking back on it. I didn't know, but I was thinking back. Because I was noticing, like, they're not really, like, hurting her. Like, they're just... It seemed like when they were kind of doing the thing, they're not torturing her. They're not really hurting her. she killed a bunch of them.
Yeah.
But they had multiple opportunities to kill her, and they didn't. And I just kind of noted that, like, well, they could have. Like, they're not really trying to like really
when
get
you
her.
go back and rewatch it, now you see,
They
like,
keep telling her
now
stop.
everything they do makes sense to where they're
Right.
not bad. But when you watch it the first time, they set them up.
It
It
seemed
was
like
all set up to trick you.
But that's noticing that scene when
And
she
the thing
escaped.
is, when the twist happens, the villain is supposed to now be the Kree and Jude Law's character, and that's, to me, that's not a big enough villain. There wasn't a villain of this movie.
No, there wasn't.
I mean, technically, the main antagonist is, what's Jude Law's character's name?
Young Ron.
Yeah, he's the main villain.
He was barely in the movie.
He was lying to her that whole time. He was supposed to be her friend, her mentor, and he betrayed her, and she has to face him at the end. Well, not face her, but beat him up.
Shoot him with the beams.
So I'm okay. The thing is, I'm confusing like my love for the Skrulls in this movie for Ben Mendelsohn and his character. I loved his character, but I don't necessarily love what they did with the Skrulls. But I don't hate it, like maybe you guys do. Like it was.
I don't hate it.
It was
caught
I
me
know it's
whatever
fine.
to me.
For me, I don't think every race of
The
aliens
thing
they
is, for me,
introduce has
it's
to
so
be evil.
just like
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was refreshing for me to see. Okay,
it was so predictable for them to just be the straight up villains. I just thought it was a nice twist
right.
to have
That's
that.
how
I think you
exactly.
could still introduce the Skrulls later and have there be menacing and evil.
Because
They're-
the scroll, because in terms of like all the invasion stuff, that's the scroll queen who that was her thing, was domination of all the which we haven't.
I think it's going to be the daughter. You know the part where he goes,
Oh,
cover
gosh.
her eyes, don't let her see. She kind of
Interesting.
like pulls the eyes and it's
Sure.
like the guy gets, they kill him and
that's-
he's kind of just like, she's kind of looking like,
Yeah,
oh, that's dope.
that's a
I
strong.
think she's going to
yeah,
come back and
that's
be the queen.
yeah.
Because I checked, they never named her. They put Talos' daughter.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think she's going to come back and be the queen
Mm.
at some point.
Okay. So she's like the evil one that started all this. She's like the Hitler
Of
started.
Skrulls,
But
yeah.
Unless there's already a queen out there.
That's possible.
Could be,
That's
but
definitely possible.
Because you'd have to jump pretty far in the future for her to be the queen, technically.
Not really.
not really. You don't.
Because at this age, who knows how old she is? And
Yeah.
we're talking 25 years later.
She was...
By the time
She
we
was
get
young,
to
but they
current
could
time.
paint-
Well, okay, current time, yes, but I was talking about if we go back
Oh, if you jump
for
back.
like another sequel or
Okay.
like back
Oh
in
no,
that time.
I think it would be like.
If there's going
That's
to be an
fair.
invasion,
Yeah,
it'll
yeah,
be...
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
Going
I'm
forward.
talking like she's
Yeah.
probably gonna be like the end of Captain Marvel run, like
Because it could just be like,
way in the future.
we liked Earth. Let's go back there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let's keep it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Let's take it over.
That's how I look at it. So,
Yeah.
Well, is our scroll conversation over? Is that good?
It was
Sure.
a pretty long one.
Yeah.
It was.
All right. So for me, and I kind of wanted to touch on all that at some point, but let's talk a little bit about the Star Force stuff. I think they were such a highly anticipated part of this movie, and they were so heavily marketed, obviously, because she was not necessarily the leader, but she was a big part of the Star Force as Veers, as they called her.
Did you see that part coming?
Which part?
I don't know if I'm just dumb or not, but I never once put the Veers
I did
and the
same thing.
Danvers together.
he picked
My
up the
friend
thing and I
goes,
went, oh, yeah.
I literally was like, once they like, I think they put the things together, and I'm like, Veers. Oh, like
Yeah.
that
I did that
flew
too.
over my head.
So the Star Force stuff. Look, I'll say this, and this kind of ties into something else I want to talk about later on. But the beginning of this movie, the very opening, was awesome. When they went on the mission and they were on space,
I
and they
enjoyed
were
that a lot.
That was dope.
they were on that separate planet, and they were kind of doing their thing with the camouflage and like the helmets and everything with like their own specialties and whatnot. That was
Water,
a
in the water.
yeah, like that was like
was
when they
dope
shot out of the
when they
ship,
came
and
out.
it was
Did you like
really
the
really
masks?
cool. The masks were really cool. It's the same thing Star-Lord used
Well, yeah.
in Guardians.
Right.
Other than that, man, what a disappointment
Well,
the Star
after
Force
that
was.
scene,
They were
pointless.
That's
nowhere
not really kind of...
like,
Not enough space stuff.
and that's kind of what I want to talk about. I guess we can
Kinda.
transfer into this, but I absolutely love the tone of the movie for that entire space sequence because it was a weird sci-fi movie. Yeah, it was like
when she looks at the world from the window.
yeah,
and all
like,
that stuff,
but not only that, but how Brie Larson is playing the character and the type of character she was, and then as soon as they hit Earth, like there was this shift in tone. I really, really wanted the beginning of the movie rather than the middle of the movie because it shifted from the beginning to this kind of basic buddy cop movie in the middle, and then back to the kind of weird sci-fi stuff at the end. it was very misfire. If I would have had the stuff in the very beginning the entire time, I would have came out of this movie screaming my head off excited. But I was so let down because it started off so high, and then it kind of just like slowed down after that, and the Star Force were gone. You know, she became this person who was like very hardened and wondering who she was, which I understand because of the story of like that was taking place, and you know, she's trying to find out who she was and everything. But I can't explain or can't describe enough how much I loved the beginning of the movie, the tone, the Star Force, how she was acting it, and then this shift that happened like 30 minutes in or whatever it was from the beginning of the movie.
She was badass in the beginning.
Well, and how fun she was having. Like she was literally like how she yelled at the scroll with like her tongue out and like that type of character.
Cool.
And I know that character is going to come back at some point, but I just wish that was like a big part of the movie when it really wasn't. So.
Yeah, I mean, it was hard because you couldn't have her just be like that the whole time because she started to figure out, oh shoot,
who she is.
I've been lied to my whole life, or as far back as I can remember, and now I don't know anything. So she's just like quiet the whole movie after that.
She's very quiet, very very quiet. I would definitely have to agree with you on that one.
Yeah. The Star Force were almost kind of pointless.
Well, I forget who's the blue-skinned woman character.
Minerva.
So she's like a big character in the Marvel comics, and
Mm-hmm.
I thought like, okay, even after the twist time, I was like, okay, this is okay. Minerva's gonna be around later on, and they killed her.
Yep. They only killed 2 people in this whole movie: her and Annette Bening's character. That's it.
I would rather them have killed Jude Law than Minerva, to be honest. I don't know who that actress is off the top of my head.
She's from Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, is she? Is she the lead?
She's the main lead's best friend, the one that has a cheating husband.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I
she's
thought
she's in a lot.
She was barely
of
in it, but I thought she was great in that role.
She's awesome.
I've seen her.
She's been in a bunch of stuff.
I was very upset to see her character killed.
Same. I completely agree with you. The Star Force were definitely just irrelevant.
Yeah. Like I wish she would have just killed Jude Law in the movie because now that kind of leaves that open ended. Even though I don't mind seeing him back. Like I like.
He was barely in the movie.
Yeah.
He was literally like he was in the beginning and the end.
Well, it sets up a thing, and this kind of leads to a little bit of what I was going to say too.
Go ahead.
Kind of along the same lines as Ronan, who was.
That's where I was.
One scene.
Barely.
Yeah.
One scene.
Absolutely.
Wow, okay. I didn't even know. I was wondering too. Like, is that Lee Pace? He kind of looked different for a minute.
Yeah.
Well,
that's because the way he looks, the black streak.
Talking about doing a sequel
it
for
sounded
Modern
different.
Day, that was a cliffhanger to me. We'll be back for the West.
For the woman.
That's the sequel.
And so that's the thing I think they're kind of setting up is like, okay, well, she killed a couple, or did she? I don't know, did she actually kill her, or did she just die? I don't know, whatever. But
Minerva dies.
Her friend shot her down.
Yeah,
the ship
that's
blew
right,
up.
that's right.
The whole plane blew up.
And then
Unless
she also,
unless she dipped out.
You're saying that only 2 people died. Captain Marvel also went straight through a ship and killed a lot of Kree.
Yes.
So
okay, well, yeah, but I'm talking about of like the main.
No,
characters.
yeah.
And she have killed some Skrulls.
She killed a crap load of
bunch of
Skrulls.
Skrulls.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
But I meant,
but like mains, like
yeah,
the 2
like
mains.
for a Marvel movie with mains, like
yeah, sure.
a lot of people made it out that
Sure.
I didn't expect to make it out.
Yeah. But it sets up, they're going to be after her. You know, they might still when she shows up on Earth, they could still be after her. You know,
Yeah, I mean,
all right, we're going to Earth. You know, to.
Did we see where Jiamon Hansu's character ended up?
No, that's what I was going to bring up with yours. What the heck happened?
That's the one I was saying, man.
Was he on? Was he just on was he on Star Force's ship, or did he go with Ronan?
He was there.
He was fighting him.
He was fighting, and
That's what I was.
I just lost track of him.
That's what I was going to bring up.
I can't even remember.
Because I was wondering what. Because in Guardians, he's got all the.
Skipped
well, he doesn't have that in this movie.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
There's got to be a way.
So
maybe he gets hurt and Ronan does something to
on
him, or
whatever. Yeah.
Because he's very loyal to Ronan, obviously in the movie.
Maybe Thanos does it to him.
It's very possible.
But
we won't see Thanos for a while.
We didn't see.
I don't think we'll see him for a while anyway.
Yeah.
We didn't see any of the Star Force characters what happened to him other than Minerva.
Which means they're all alive somewhere.
The long beard guy.
Yeah, right.
All of them.
In the end battle scene?
I don't know.
He was.
I don't know.
So the thing is, they're talking to Ronan on the ship, and he said, "Let's head to C-53." I think that's the last time we see Ronan. Is it? Is it not?
Ronan brings the ship.
Oh no, not Ronan, but Gemma Hansen's
Korath?
character.
Is it
Yeah,
Korath?
I think that's the last time we see him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's it.
just lost track of him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's crazy.
it literally.
Oh no! It's
it's
they
the
were
lunchbox
fighting
scenes.
Captain Marvel
Yeah.
with the Tesseract.
Yeah.
That's the last time we saw him.
And stuff
So they
like
were on
that.
that ship.
Oh,
They were on that ship. I don't know where the ship went or who they were with or whatever.
Oh, because Jude Law got on the ship and headed towards Earth.
That's Annette Bening's laboratory.
Went after
Yeah, but
So are they locked up with the scrolls?
maybe.
Wait, did the
They
cat
could-
swallow? Who'd the cat swallow?
Oh, it was when she went like that and knocked him
Yes,
all over.
they
That's
could.
when
They
it
could be
was.
trapped with the scrolls inside the laboratory.
Yes,
Shoot,
that's
that
what it
was-
is.
That's the last
Nope,
time we
that's
saw
what it is.
them.
That's what it is.
That's crazy.
That's the last
What
time
it
we
is.
saw them.
Like, I wonder if they did that on purpose or that's like a flaw. Like they forgot to show that.
Or maybe they had no idea what to do with them, so they just left it as an open
He can
ending.
either be on the ship still, or they got on.
Well,
a
it's
spot.
him. It's him and the two other guys.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
the
he's
beard guy and
the
the
other
like
young kind of guy.
black.
Interesting.
Whatever he is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
That's-
Yeah.
That's a very. I mean,
You didn't
it
think
could
about
it could set up a sequel. Obviously.
that was like one of the main things I walked out of going, what happened to
Right.
Well, okay, and before
What
we
if
get to
they go looking for them? Like the Kree go looking for those.
the only
characters and
reason
they
why
find
I
the
didn't
ship.
think about that, and we'll get to this kind of when we finish, but this is the first Marvel movie that I have had an extremely hard time getting a definitive decision about. I have questioned
Me
my
too.
back and forth ever since I saw it on Sunday, and when we're recording this, it's Tuesday, so for the past 2 days, I've been going back and forth on how I really feel about it and everything kind of going on, and I want to love it so much, but I know that it's not what I hoped it was, and I know that there's pieces I really love, and there's pieces that were really missing, and like, it's the first Marvel movie I've ever felt like this. Like I've either disliked,
Oh, okay, I see what
liked,
you're saying.
really loved, been ecstatic about on anything right away, but I can't really. I don't know how I feel about this movie
Is
at
this
this point.
a Last Jedi situation?
It
for you?
feels very, very similar. I don't know what
Just
it
get what
is.
you're thinking
I
about.
really don't.
Doctor Strange. Too.
I like Doctor Strange right away. I don't really know what it is about this movie, but and it's because I love Brie Larson so much, and I want to love the movie so much. But I know that there's just pieces in there that are missing from me. Not to say that I didn't like it, because I do. Like I really enjoyed my screening, and I had fun, and it just there's something about it that's like it's having me question myself.
Third act to me was like this
Bonkers.
Is what this is.
That's exactly what I was
This
hoping
is what a
for.
Superman movie needs to be. Just put him in a situation where he's got to fight some. Look, he's got to fight some more powerful.
Well, for
beings
her
or-
first time being on screen, we saw her like take out a bunch of nuclear bombs
Right.
and then destroy a whole
Which is
war
incredible.
free ship
Yeah.
and then scare off another war
Right,
free ship. So
right.
that's pretty good for her.
Scare
first
off
time out.
3
Right.
Kree warships.
Like-
Made Ronan go. All right, let's.
You know how powerful that
Come on.
army is? Those ships are?
Yeah.
Like, they can invade worlds and destroy them, and she scared them off. So
Yeah.
that's pretty crazy.
Well, they've said it for a long time. She's the most
Yeah.
powerful being in the universe. She
Although
will be.
So here's the thing with that. I'm fine with that. But I was watching her like. It seemed like Thor could do a lot of stuff she was doing.
Remember, this is her first time using her powers.
Mhm.
Oh, of course. You're definitely right.
Thor,
As soon as that
Thor,
inhibitor came off, it was
Thor's
like
Thor's like
10,000
10,000 years
Yeah.
old.
You're right. That's true.
She didn't know
But just
how to
visually-
fly, how to do the binary form. It all
Yeah,
came to her
but
in that
like
last
Thor
moment.
is like in the end of Ragnarok. That's when he really tapped into the.
And
Oh,
that was
the
the
lightning
first-
without
I
the
think that
hammer and
was the
everything.
first
Yes.
time he ever did that,
Yes,
too.
yes,
And
yes,
He's
yes.
like 10,000 years old.
Yes.
And now he's of course got the axe, and it's like so. I'm wondering like how.
I think that would be a
How
good
much
fight.
more
People
yeah.
are talking about it. There's theories around the internet going, what would a
Not
Captain
even a
Marvel
fight, but
Thor
just
fight would be?
the two of them
I
alone.
think without the axe, she wins that fight.
Here's a big question.
Definitely.
Here's a big question. Can Captain Marvel pick up Thor's hammer?
I don't know.
Mjolnir?
Anyone
Oh.
can pick it.
Mjolnir? No,
I'm not talking about Stormbreaker.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about Mjolnir.
Probably not. Probably not.
I don't know, man. She's
I always that's another thing. Like I
I don't
wonder,
know.
like, so what makes like Thor more worthy than Captain America? You know, like so that brings up. So why would she be more worthy than a Captain America?
is she as
you know?
worthy as Captain America?
I don't know. He made it budge.
Captain.
No.
I
Pick it up.
know.
In the comics, he can.
He's gonna pick it up in
Pick it
Endgame.
right up.
He's gonna pick
So
up.
you
He's
think
gonna pick up.
Mjolnir's
He's gonna pick up
coming back?
Stormbreaker in
Oh,
Endgame.
Stormbreaker.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. He's gonna pick up Stormbreaker.
I don't think Stormbreaker works that way. I think you can just pick it up.
Well, we don't know.
And I think there's
We
a-
know Groot
Does
can.
Odin put that enchantment on?
We know Groot can because of his arm is on there.
of course,
but
yeah.
I don't know.
But Odin did whosoever that could, you know, and then.
It's true.
I just looked.
Well, anyway, but yeah.
Screen Rant did say that it's unknown and that they're still on the ship. So
All right.
Interesting.
I guess.
I couldn't remember if like they shot him out of the pod or. But no, they're apparently on the ship.
It wasn't shown at least.
Real quick, the cat.
Goose. Goose.
Flurkin.
Flurkin.
People are complaining like crazy about the cat.
What's wrong with him?
I've never heard
Goose
one
is
of you-
awesome.
Everyone loves
Christian
the
Harlow
cat.
hated the
The best scene in the movie is when he's G-forced up against the box.
Yeah,
that's
amazing.
That is the best
No,
power to
I've heard individuals say
Harlow
they don't
was
like it,
complaining
but
about it.
like generally everyone
generally,
loves
yeah,
the
of course.
cat.
I'm talking about,
I
people
have
we
one.
follow.
I only have one issue with him.
The eye.
That
So-
is the worst.
Yeah.
part.
Okay.
That is a solo last name situation.
Ah,
I was
no,
going to
I
disagree.
agree.
That is
I
another-
agree.
Disagree.
I went
would-
back and watched that scene from The Winter Soldier. It has no meaning.
Here's the
anymore.
thing. So some
No
people,
meaning.
some
I felt
people
that
are
way
saying
about-
that it's just a cat scratch. It's not a cat.
It's not.
It's
That's
a
what I'm
flirt.
saying.
He literally
scratch.
put a freaking
Yeah.
eye patch on.
It's a galactic monster that
It's a-
everyone was
well,
afraid of.
People are saying like, "Oh, a cat took his eye out."
Like,
No, it's
no.
not a cat. It's a flurkin. Because that's why Ben Mendelsohn, when he scratched him, he's like,
Ah.
"Oh, it's just a scratch."
And Ben
He's
was
like, no.
Yeah.
So the
They were
thing
setting
is,
So
it
what-
up the whole movie.
Just on a side,
Those
the
were
way
like
Ben
the best
Mendelsohn
part.
acted towards the cat,
All
Awesome.
of the
That's what I'm
that
saying.
was the
They were like,
best part.
get
and
this
Nick
away.
Fury's like,
Well,
he's holding it
so
up.
one of
No,
my
it's a
things
cat.
that I
It's
was
not
going
a
to bring
cat.
up was the cat scratching the eye. Like, what the hell? Like, now you watch Winter Soldier, and he says, "The last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye." So now he's talking about the cat.
Yeah,
Like, so-
Flurkin.
He trusted the cat. That cat that you just saw. Like,
I can understand.
Alien.
I can understand being
I'm with
annoyed.
you.
No, it's
But-
just.
so now that's
yeah,
now that
that's
seems
just-
a joke. Like, literally.
It's not
like,
as bad as
I
the
don't
solo
think so.
name.
So
I
it's
felt
not
that way
as
about. I
bad,
felt that
but
way
it's-
about another thing. I'll get to it.
it's not.
You
as
know
bad,
what
but
this
it's
is
on the
similar
same
to?
level.
This is similar to Luke throwing the lightsaber over his shoulder.
You know what? I'll give you that. That didn't bother me either. But I'll give you
Sim-
that.
it's very
I
similar.
I thought it was
I'm
funny.
okay with
I thought that was funny.
Oh, see, now
I felt that way about the Protectors Initiative.
I hate that's the
Hmm.
one thing I came out
No.
hating.
So
What?
Carol
I love that.
I
Avenger
hated that.
Danders.
I hated that. So
Oh,
I had
man.
I had one
Avengers.
complaint,
I
like
went,
things that
I
they
know, me
did
too.
that affect future Marvel movies, and I was like, I hate the cat scratching the eye, and I hate that her name just happened to be
Avenger.
nickname was Avenger.
I-
Like
I-
what?
That's the one thing I didn't.
Where did
like.
that come
that
from?
when I went.
It's not a nickname. It's a fly name.
It's
Yeah,
her code.
that's
Oh,
a nick-
call sign.
What is a fly
It's
It's
sign?
a call
That-
sign.
Those are call signs.
Still-
Why does that bother?
Like Maverick. Or
Why does that bother?
That's forced in my opinion.
I
The
agree.
but
Avenger?
the Avengers are named after her, and Nick Fury started
No,
the Avengers.
The Avengers is named after. If we can't
Avenging.
protect the Earth, we'll damn sure avenge
Yeah,
it.
that's
I
That's
don't know.
what
I wasn't
Avengers
okay
is.
with it.
That's why Nick
Like-
Fury. No. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
You're
I wasn't okay.
It's fine. It's 3-1. I'm not going to argue. I'm just saying, Nick Fury started the Avengers. He had this plan for 25 years, and he named it after the first superhero he had ever met. The one person who saved Earth.
Okay, that
And her
makes
call
sense.
sign for an Air Force pilot was Avenger.
But that makes
It's
sense.
why is it a big deal?
because
Fine,
Captain America
Jake.
said that line.
Because
That line was
Avenger-
badass.
The thing for me is, look, I love Captain Marvel, but like I feel like they're like, we have to make her important. We have to make her
Well,
important.
she
So
is important.
let's make her be the one that they're named after. Like I just felt like it was forced in my opinion.
But that fits with it being set in
Like just
1995.
let her be important.
The
I
only
hear what you're
reason
saying. That's
the
a
only
good-
reason that's happening is because it's in '95. If this was a present day movie, that wouldn't
No,
have
I
happened.
know, of course not. It's impossible.
So it had to be made significant. Otherwise, why is it set in '95?
No, but I'm saying like they feel like we have to make this character important. They felt like.
Well, I mean, they kinda
she could've
have
just
to.
Been,
I mean,
she
she
could have
just
just
is
been.
bi.
They
she
have
is.
to. She was the Russo brothers put her on a freaking pager at the end of
No,
Infinity War.
I agree.
Like, and
but
then they
that
say that she's
scene-
gonna be set in
Let's get
'95.
to that. Let's get to
That's-
that.
But
Okay.
now,
I-
now the whole MCU is defined by the Avengers, right? That team.
the Carol Danvers
She was named
initiative.
after her, and I love Captain Marvel.
Mr. Stark,
but
I wanna
it's
talk
just-
to you
I
about
cannot
it just
wait.
felt
I
forced.
That's what
cannot wait for Endgame to happen, and all of you guys eat your freaking
Why?
shoes.
How?
Or show up or realize that Nick Fury named the Avengers after her. She's his biggest badass, and you're like, yeah, the Avengers should have been named after.
I'm not
her.
gonna change
I've
my
heard
mind.
that.
I can't wait.
No.
I can't wait.
Did you okay? Before we get into that last scene, I loved the '90s theme and the way they took it.
So did I.
Me too.
That
it
was one of my positives.
worked
Me too.
so well. The music,
Yes.
the
There wasn't enough of the music.
So-
I will
Yeah.
agree
Oh,
with you on
there
that.
wasn't.
disagree.
And
There
so
wasn't
when it
enough.
came
Of
in-
Oh, I
it came
disagree.
in
It's
at
like
good
random,
times.
but
It came in
Yeah,
at good times.
the
There
end fight
wasn't
scene,
enough
I
of
agree.
it.
I disagree with that. I thought it was pretty heavy-handed, but it worked. I
It-
grew up in that
there's
town.
like
I was in high school.
songs.
when
That-
the
I
movie
was
set,
born.
so you guys were all two.
Nah,
You're
not me.
born.
I was
When
10.
you're
I was around that.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But
So my parents listened to like all those songs they
Right.
played
Oh,
in the
God.
movie.
When
so
that
I
and
knew
the
that.
No Doubt song.
No, I didn't even mean it like that. I just meant like I grew up knowing those songs.
Yeah.
So.
But,
but just the girl came on. I nearly,
that was
Every time a song came on, I was like jamming.
Yeah,
this guy next to me, this guy next to me, who clearly hates his life, was bagging on this movie the entire time.
Oh, God.
I'm sitting there being super annoying, like
During
listen.
the movie?
Yeah, he's like, oh god, like he's making all these comments.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm just like,
That's
dude, like go home. He was talking to his
Seriously.
girlfriend and everything. I'm sitting there jamming, having a good time. Gabby's next
That was
to
your
me.
first time watching it too?
Yeah, it was on
Oh,
Sunday. Yeah,
that's-
it was. Yeah, it was kind of.
That can ruin an experience.
Well, it's the same thing that happened with when Mary Poppins happened.
Yeah.
Remember that guy was talking next to me and.
the soundtrack was dope.
But I love soundtrack. The Avengers theme kicked in at the end, which was pretty cool. In
Had
that-
to
in that
because
moment.
the Avengers are named after her, guys. Come on,
Whatever.
it makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Why?
Name them.
It makes sense.
Literally, it's the most.
Avengers.
It might,
It
make
makes
sense.
it might
sense.
be one of
They
the
just
most
decided
forced
today.
Why is her
How does
name-
it make sense?
They wouldn't even let her fly in combat. Like why?
Every pilot is
Have a
given
call
a call
sign, I know that.
sign.
But
Watch Top Gun.
It might-
Jacob,
it-
watch Top Gun.
Yeah.
It might be one of the most forced.
It felt
You
like-
guys
that
are
felt-
idiots.
Like-
No, you're idiots.
And the thing is, I know they didn't call Captain America an Avenger in the movie, the first Avenger, but the
Yeah, right.
Captain America, the first Avenger. Like
That's what I didn't
it
understand.
should be named after Captain America.
But
Yeah.
he didn't buddy cop with Nick Fury,
I
who
know.
started the Avengers.
He kind of did though,
No, he didn't.
sort of.
At the post-credit scene, but guess what? Nick Fury had already met Captain Marvel,
Yeah.
bro.
No.
Yes.
By the time
Oh,
Yeah.
drop, mic drop.
Yeah. No, I just
Yeah,
think
but
it should have
they
just
had-
been a name that
no,
he
they didn't
got.
have it.
It should've
They
been-
had the Avengers Initiative. They
I was
didn't.
gonna say they had him on ice, but no, they didn't.
They didn't.
They
Well,
found him right before.
no. Well,
When did they
no.
find him?
Shield had him the
They
entire
found him-
time.
they
Howard
found him on
Stark found
ice.
him.
Didn't they find him like
No.
2012?
Oh.
They found him right before.
Oh, they found him in the opening scene. That's
Yeah.
what it was. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
you're right. You're right. But still, I'm right. You're wrong. Just
No. That okay.
Kylo Ren could beat him.
no.
Okay. Do we like the end credit scene?
Yes.
The
There
first
wasn't
one,
enough
the
of
first
it
one,
though.
the first
Both
one.
of
There was not enough of it.
That first-
Like it literally
That
just.
scene was so amazing. Exactly.
Oh, you mean the
teasing
Endgame part?
you.
Yeah.
What?
Oh no, yeah.
No,
I thought
The first one.
I
Yeah.
wanted just like
Yeah.
I wanted like a
I thought we were talking
I,
about
Avengers.
the only thing that I wish it would have shown is their reactions to her
Oh,
showing
yeah.
up there.
Sure.
And here's a side note, I don't like what they did to her suit. Did you guys notice the suit?
the gold,
The gold arm.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't like the
Wait,
way they
in
changed the
future,
suit.
She's clearly been-
like,
Yeah, it's
So it's different from when it was in
Yeah,
the 90s when
it's
she
got
changed
some
the
gold.
color?
yeah,
I
it has gold.
I never
It
seen
looks
it.
like
Go,
the-
dude.
huh?
I know.
Hair.
Well,
here's the
we're
thing.
not gonna. But
Look,
that's a
check this out.
post-credit scene. It was probably shot like
No,
way
I
afterwards.
think that she looked a little bit weary, and she looked.
Oh, she's battle worn
she was
for sure.
certainly
Yeah.
upset.
She's battle
I
worn
thought she
for
did.
sure.
People were saying, "How does she not age?" I thought she did look slightly older.
She's 100% battle worn, and she's
Yeah.
set, or she's wondering where Fury is.
She's pissed off.
Fury is
She
his guy.
pissed.
She
And
looked
Fury
pretty
is her
pissed.
guy.
Wherever
She is
she
right.
was,
Where's
half of the
Fury?
people in front of her disappeared too.
And she's just
Guess
like,
wherever
well.
she
Here,
was.
here's a big
so
thing.
I heard. Okay.
Those Avengers are gonna know why they're called the Avengers. I'm just saying.
No.
I'm wondering.
They're gonna know
So
why that they're
here's the
called
thing,
the
though.
Avengers.
I'm wondering, it's her
Don't
style.
give in to him.
Do
Don't.
you think Black Widow knows who she is? Because
No.
her,
No.
because
No.
the thing is, I know
No.
Carol
No.
Danvers'
Because
file
Nick
is.
Fury would know, or she would
But
know
here's
what
the
the
thing.
pager is. She would know what
Oh,
the
you're
pager
right.
is.
She
Fury
was-
would have told her.
She
They had no idea what
very
that was.
adamant about
Fury
that.
has kept
I
that
was saying,
locked.
if one of them knew, it would be Black Widow though.
The
because
only
she's
person,
been a shield
the
agent.
only person who
Maria
knows
Hill.
who, no, the only person who knows who Captain Marvel
Maybe
is,
Coulson.
Oh, the,
Coulson.
Well,
Coulson.
and all the other agents. who
he
saw
was
her.
pointless.
That was the other
I
one.
I am fine with that,
That was the
happening
other
because
one.
there was
That
no.
was gonna-
It was
There was
just
no
supposed
need for
to
him
show
to
that
be
they
there.
were
It was
Ronan and
just for him
Coulson
to
were
be
the
there.
two that were like-
He was.
There was
it
no
was.
need for
It
him
was
to be
almost
there.
awkward having him there though. 'cause
I didn't
he
like
just-
his de-aging look. It was the Sam Jackson was way better than his.
I thought
Yeah.
it looked good.
I,
But no, the only
I love
she-
that.
I don't think Black
Fury?
Widow knows. I don't
Yeah.
think anybody
Yeah, no,
knows.
you're
She
right. No, I was
and
just wondering
that
what you guys
scene-
thought.
I can't wait because they did the same thing with Civil War when
Yeah.
Civil War came out, where they had
Ant-Man,
they
the
had
Ant-Man
Bucky. No, they had Bucky in the lock in the post credits scene.
In Ant-Man.
In Ant-Man, yeah,
Yeah.
with Cap and Falcon had him in the lock,
Mhm.
and they played that scene out in the movie.
Still don't
I
understand that.
cannot
Oh, that's
wait.
gonna be in the movie.
I cannot wait to see this scene play out in the movie.
Yeah.
It's going to. Oh my god!
It's gonna
And
be amazing.
well, and also the beginning when you see all the numbers, how many people are actually
It just
gone?
keeps
3
going.
billion.
So I
It just
heard-
goes.
I
It
heard
keeps
a
going.
rumor, I don't know if you guys want to hear it. It might be spoiler, maybe not. It's a
Uh-oh.
rumor.
Uh-oh. I don't know if I want.
It's just about that scene. It's not. But supposedly, someone asked when she explains who she is. Someone asked, "Well, where have you been all this time?" She's like, "Listen, not every planet has Avengers to defend it."
So that would mean she was-
She's
been
fighting the
just
Kree,
That makes
the
all
Kree
over the
Skrull
universe.
world. She's 100% fighting
Or-
that war.
or just whatever else.
Is she the character that's cut out in all the scenes? 100%?
Yes.
I think so, too.
Is there
She's-
a character cut on the scene?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
the
a
long
couple
one, for
scenes.
sure.
There's a
They're
couple
all
scenes in
looking
the
up,
trailer that
and they're
are
like,
Yeah.
that are blank with a character.
I don't
here
know
or
if
there.
she's in the airport, that long one.
She's not in the airport.
She's
not in the
definitely the one on the grass, though. You think? No?
I don't.
Well,
I
I think that's
so.
early on in the movie. when
I
the after
think
credit scene.
you know, if we're gonna kind of go into like theories and stuff, I think she shows up. I think she knows exactly who Thanos is,
Yes. That's what I'm saying. That's why
You
she's
do?
pissed.
and
Yeah.
I think
I
she
think she
knows
does.
exactly who Thanos is.
They all know who he is.
That's what I think.
But I think she has run into him a time or two before. But I think that it's going to lead into, like, she's going to be talking about Thanos or whatever, like, where can they find him, etc. And then all of a sudden, Nebula's going to pop up and be like, I know where to find him. Like, I think that she's going to pop up out of nowhere, and then, like, they're all going to
I
come
don't
together.
know.
So
Thor,
that
like-
would mean that Tony
I
is
think
coming.
Thor-
If Thanos
I know what
knows
I'm
that
saying.
she exists, I think he would fear her. To be honest.
he
So here's
fears
another-
something.
here's
He
another-
100% fears something.
Yeah.
Here's another mini
You
rumor.
better just cut it out.
That's
Why?
just a rumor. I don't know
Him?
if it's
No,
true.
him?
I don't know if it's true or not.
We're fine.
It's just,
It's
Let's
a
have
rumor.
how
fun.
many rumors have
Could
there
be
been?
true.
that
We only have
never
about
came to
15
be
minutes
true?
left,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, real quick. No, real quick. So that she actually the snap actually got her, and it took all her strength to survive it, and that's why she looks so worn out. That's a rumor.
that's badass.
That would be.
She's
crazy.
been fighting.
That
She's
would be
fighting off the
badass.
whole
If
time.
she
That
was
would be-
able to stop it. Oh my goodness.
So she may actually be slightly depowered a little
I
bit.
can see the opening scene of the movie being wherever she is, like wherever,
Like, what the hell?
and then all these people start disappearing around her, and then she does.
She starts, but she just takes all her because
Goes
she's
by
got
her.
Tesseract power inside of her. You know,
But that's a big question. Would it kill her because she is part of the stone?
Well, it killed Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Mind Stone.
Yeah.
Okay, did you hear it? People were saying that Goose is the one, you know that 3 scratch across
The
Thanos'
Thanos
eye?
scratch that Goose
That
gave
it's
him the
Goose.
scratch.
That would be pretty
Now
funny.
everyone's like,
It's-
it's Wolverine.
It's
it
no.
fits perfectly.
It's no. That would be the dumbest thing ever.
Almost as dumb as Carol
It was a
Danvers.
cat.
Don't
Avengers.
even get me. That is.
Listen, you can use that thing against Thanos.
You guys are the minority in this one. The Avengers should be named after.
You are
her.
literally the minority. There's 3 of us saying no.
Not in the world, Brian. Not in the world.
God. I don't know.
I agree with Jacob. It felt forced. I can live with it, but I think it did feel like
That's fine.
It was a
I'll
little
agree.
too
I
on
will
the-
agree that it
Doesn't
feels forced.
it wasn't
doesn't
so
bother me
on the
that
nose.
much.
It was like
I
Her
despise
name was
the
the thing.
cat scratching the eye thing way more than that, for sure.
I didn't mind that.
I didn't.
I thought it was
at all.
funny.
I thought it was funny. Yeah,
That's
because
stupid.
just
Because it makes
Particularly
it,
just
If
because of
he never
Mendelssohn's
talked
reaction.
about how he lost his eye, then it's whatever.
that's what makes
But
it more
I
funny.
can
to me.
The
understand
thing
how
is,
people
doesn't
would be
he
annoyed
pull
by
up his eye and when he's talking to?
It's
Robert
all
Redford?
white.
He
Yeah.
still has it, even in Winter Soldier.
But
That's-
it's
his eye's still in
basically
there.
like blind.
But it's just
and-
all
yeah.
messed
Just
up.
blind.
Yeah.
And like it just made Nick Fury like scary and like intimidating, and now it's
Still
like
is.
oh,
He's got all the
I think
secrets.
it makes it that much more funny.
No. Why is it
Because
funny?
he has to tell people that.
Yeah.
He wants people to. He
Last
doesn't
time
want
I
anyone to
tried
now,
know.
but that
Last
It
changes
was
that whole
a
scene
crazy
where
monster.
he tells Cap that because now he's just like joking when he says it, like or he's like
He kinda
hiding-
is.
He's hiding that.
That
Cap-
scene
It's-
wasn't joking though when he was talking to Robert Redford's character.
That's
That
what I
was
know, that's
that
what
was
I'm
one of the
saying.
most like
So
perfectly delivered
it
lines in
takes
a
it-
whole
it
movie.
makes it like less meaningful.
It's when
No,
he
it
comes in the
doesn't.
shield and Robert Redford
Yeah.
doesn't realize he's
I
dead,
just watched it the other day.
and they have to do the eye thing to activate the stuff. And
What did he
he,
say?
You better
he goes,
keep both
he
eyes
both
open.
eyes.
well, you know, he says the last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye, and then he says,
No, he said that to Cap early in the movie.
Yeah.
well, no, he's
but
okay. He says that
He
Cap,
has
but
like
then
a big speech at the
yeah,
end
he
of
says
the
a big speech and he
Yeah.
opens the eye patch, and then he says that to
Yeah.
Robert Redford.
Got
and-
the
They over dramatize all of it. Agent Coulson's dead and hit the cards, and
Yeah, right.
he's
Right,
clearly
he lied
alive.
about that.
Yeah,
yeah,
so
right. That's what he does. He does stuff for effect.
Yeah.
He's always done that. So
Y'all are so wrong.
You're wrong.
Y'all are so wrong.
How about just the fact we keep talking about Tesseract? The Tesseract is in this movie. Had
I'm
no
not.
idea.
I'm not surprised.
No idea.
I
I
didn't.
didn't even
Obviously,
catch
I didn't see it coming, but I'm not surprised.
I love the way-
it makes sense.
Yeah,
because
I want to know how the Tesseract works because in First Avenger, when it hits the floor of
it
the
melts.
burns.
No.
But the thing is, it just beams someone into space, so maybe it was
Yeah, right.
hot, you know?
Well, I think it's because
Well, and it was also inside a machine.
Yeah.
It was being activated.
Yeah, I think
and
that's
that was
why.
it was just like sitting
Because like,
there.
no one
Carol
he
Danvers
touched it
can
by
just like
his hand.
Anybody
it's
that's
in the
ever touched
lunchbox, not burning through the lunchbox.
Fury
No,
touched
they
it.
did. No, they did touch it with their hand. They
She
some,
did. No,
Well, no,
Have
somebody
you
did.
ever
You're right.
Red-
someone did touch it with with their hand in the movie. Not
Fury did
other than Marvel.
Fury did it in the first
I don't think
Avengers. He
anyone did.
briefly touched it. He was like, when he put it in the.
Then maybe humans can't touch.
So just for like a tiny little second.
Maybe he's not human.
That people have said that about him.
Who,
But,
Fury?
yeah, but
What is he, a Skrull?
I disagree. Well,
No.
that kind of kills.
Do you know what's funny about
Nobody's
this?
a Skrull.
No. Well, you know what's funny about that? There's a concept art piece going around the art of the Captain Marvel book of a Skrull turning into Fury. So I highly doubt that they would
I don't
release
think
it, and it would be. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying that they threw around the idea that happened.
They thought about it.
One other thing that bugged me is, I feel like there's like a trick that they never showed of how the Kree can figure out that it's a scroll. They always seem to know. Like
In the
if
comics,
there was like,
you're right.
there's like she would just look at him and
Right.
then she's like, "You're the scroll."
Right.
Well, no, they explained it.
How?
They said that Skrulls can only memorize the recent memory.
Yeah, but how'd she
And
know
they,
the
like, test
grandma
them.
was one?
Because the real grandma walked past her when she was
She
walking.
saw
up
the-
the
yeah,
stairs.
she
So
saw
she
it
her,
there,
so she was
yeah.
like,
Oh, I didn't see
yeah.
it.
So when
That's
she
what
saw
it
her
was,
again,
yeah.
she's like,
I don't know. They just always seem to like know. But
there
it's
is
just
a
like-
way.
Yeah.
Well, you also have to
in the
remember
comics,
that they've
there's a
been
way.
fighting Skrulls for 6 years, the entire time that she was.
Yeah, I
gone,
know.
too,
I
so.
just was like,
No, but
what's
they
the
basically
trick?
have to quiz each other.
Just
when
she's
they-
been fighting.
Can't the
whenever they
scrolls
see each
tell
other.
if someone transformed or something like that?
They probably
I feel like they
can.
would know if Nick Fury was a scroll.
Yeah.
Probably.
Like,
Yeah.
Probably.
especially.
But why would they say anything?
Well, I know in the comics they can't copy powers.
Yeah, they can't.
So-
It's literally just the form.
Well, why? If you could,
Well,
that'd
and
be
they said
crazy.
they
The DNA.
she said that when she blew up the jukebox.
Yeah, that's
She
right.
explained that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. She
yeah,
did say
Skrull
that.
can't do
There you
that,
go.
so.
Okay, so yeah.
So
That
for
part
me,
was-
Skrull
I
can't do
ultimately
that.
I'm
He's like,
satisfied
oh.
with this movie, though.
I was just gonna ask, like, how do we feel about this
I'm-
leading into
The
Endgame?
thing is, for me, is like I thought
because we have about 6 minutes left. So.
I'm satisfied with the movie and where she ends up, and I'm so excited for her going forward.
Yup.
So
Real quick before we
I would for
continue,
you.
did you hear the rumors of her deal?
No.
It's 7.
7 or 9.
Really?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Of course,
7 or 9
It's
movies.
Captain Marvel, and Brie Larson's like 26.
Yeah.
You have to.
She's Brian's age. She's
Yeah,
born in
no,
'89.
you're right.
Did you see
She's
the
in her
meme
own
going
life,
around?
though.
Yes.
Have you either of you watched The Umbrella Academy?
No.
So there's this whole the concept of this movie or this show is that these powerful kids were born on the same day,
Right.
the same time,
43.
and their moms got born that day. They got 9 months of pregnancy that day. Brie Larson's birthday is that day from the Umbrella Academy.
Are
So
you
they think
serious?
that like there's a meme going around of it. But anyway, so that's
That's fine.
kind
And
of
she's from Sacramento.
She is from Sacramento.
Yes.
So yeah, no. Look,
Did you like her as an action person?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Because he said
people are complaining.
Your favorite was the beginning when she
Yeah.
was whipping
Well,
the
and
straw butt.
my tweet about Brie Larson was directed at that. People are backlashing her because of a number of other stuff, including that. And I pretty much came out and was like, "Shut your mouths!
Yeah.
And you haven't seen the movie, go home, stay in your room." Or
It's no
whatever."
different than they do. Paul Rudd. No one's like, who's Paul Rudd? We
He's
talked
great.
about it, and yeah, he's awesome.
We also have to remember this isn't. They're not giving Brie Larson.
Full range.
Well, they're not giving Brie Larson and Chris Evans' action. You know, they're giving it more like Robert Downey Jr.'s action,
Well,
where
she's
it's
Superman.
it's catered. No, it's catered to her.
Yeah.
You know, the action
Oh,
and
yeah.
CGI, it's all
Well,
catered to
dude,
her
she
abilities.
She can fight. The opening scene where they're training, like
Her
they're-
kung fu stuff is amazing.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
It's
saying,
or
right?
jujitsu or whatever.
And
It's
the thing
awesome.
is, by the time once we get to Endgame, she's been using her powers for 25 years.
There's no stopping her.
Yeah.
That's why I posted it. Thanos is finished.
You know what's going to be in? Yeah, I mean, I'll say that.
I mean, he does have the
I'll
gun
say that for
still.
you. Yeah, look,
But
there's a lot of things that I question about this movie 100%. It may be because of my connection to the character, for reading the comics for a long time, or the fact that my anticipation and excitement was so high for the movie, my love for Brie Larson, or whatever it is. I critically look at this movie differently because
you hate it.
no, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. And the initial tweets I was gonna put out was like, it's a mediocre movie. I sat on it. I thoroughly enjoy the movie. I do. And like I said, I love the beginning of the movie. I like parts of the middle of the movie, and I love the third act. I said it, the buddy cop relationship between Fury and Captain Marvel is fantastic. It drives the movie. There are a lot of great supporting characters. I like Ben Mendelsohn as Talos. I don't like the rest of the Skrulls. I like the addition of Annette Bening. And so there's a lot of good pieces. I think I may have liked it least out of the four of us, but I still did enjoy the movie it just, and like I said in the middle of this podcast, I am still thinking about this movie and wondering how I really feel about it.
Where would you put this?
I'm not
No.
ranking anything.
I'm
as
just
far
not
as,
ranking. I'm saying would
It's
it
too
be
fresh.
towards
Yeah.
the bottom,
It's
the
too
middle,
fresh.
or the top? For me,
I-
it's right in the middle somewhere.
Well,
I have
for
no
me,
idea.
the thing for me is like I wanted an A out of this movie, and I got a solid B, and that's how I feel.
Yeah, that's a good
And-
way of putting it.
In a way, that's disappointing because of course I want a character that I love. I want their movie to be amazing, but I'm good with it.
But the cool thing about this one is that it's more about her future. This
Exactly.
is just to
The
open
thing is, for
everything
me,
up
like,
for her.
See, I don't love Captain America: The First Avenger. I think it's really
Shame
good.
on you.
But the thing is, look at Winter Soldier and
Well,
Civil War, which
see,
are incredible.
And I haven't said this
Love
movie
those.
reminds me of the first Thor in the way it kind of
God,
see,
that
I
means the second one's
transitioned.
gonna suck.
I'm not talking about the trilogy. It was very not beat by beat, but it was very similar in the way that the
Well,
first
she
Thor
goes
was
back
laid
to
out.
her.
See, for me, it reminded me of Iron Man and First Avenger. I got that's the feel I got watching this.
I got-
And
It's an
basically,
origin-
there's potential for the sequels
right.
and
To
her
be
character to be
To be
amazing.
great.
As long as
Yeah.
I don't get Hulk, I'm fine. Incredible
No.
Hulk movie.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Good
Which it
lord.
wasn't.
All right, Keith, we got about 4 minutes. Final thoughts,
Really
man.
quick, like I said, I loved it. As an origin, I like it because it's a different origin than just this person's.
It was a real
It's-
origin movie
Well,
too.
Oh,
it's an origin
It
that's
is.
set in an established universe with
Yeah.
characters and things that we already know.
Yeah.
As opposed to this person was a jerk and something happened and they got sent far away to another country and then they learned how to be good and became a superhero. She's a superhero set in the superhero world, set in the like I said things that we know, which I thought that was refreshing. Loved all. I don't know, man. Like I said,
I think you liked it the best.
it seems like I did.
But that's good. That's
And the stuff you mentioned about the future, like I said, same thing. Same feel I had with Black Panther and Doctor Strange. It's like,
Yeah,
I can't wait to see
we-
going forward.
we see her in a month. We see
Yeah,
her in
you're
a
right.
month.
You're right. Yeah.
But see, it's the
But not even that.
crazy.
I just want to see more. That's my
crazy.
only. Yeah, no. My only real kind of knock was, like I said, not necessarily enough space stuff. I like seeing all the planets. Like I wanted to see Xandar. Maybe.
I want to see
Wanna
that
see
opening
the-
scene
what
in
are
a
they called?
full movie.
Xandar. What are they?
I don't think
that-
she's going back to
Xandarians?
Earth.
No, the
for a
remember
while.
Ben Close was the
Oh,
Nova Corps.
the Nova
I want
Corps,
to see
yeah.
that with her working with.
Well, we know the
them,
Nova
maybe.
Corps is destroyed now, so it makes sense
Now.
for her to connect to him.
Yeah, but
So
if
back
they
in,
jump-
back in that
if they
day,
jump
back in that day,
yeah, that would be cool to see. Some more of that stuff. So any sequels that are set during that gap, I'd love
Give
to
me a
see.
psychedelic, quirky, weird sci-fi
It'd be-
adventure.
The
Yeah.
good thing is,
Absolutely.
we already know it didn't bomb, so
Right.
we're getting a sequel.
Right.
Well,
hands
and if
down.
she's given a 7 or 9 movie deal, it's not all Avenger movies.
There's gonna be at least 2 more of these.
Yeah.
Captain
Ryan, final
Marvel.
thoughts before we get out of here?
Did I love it? No. Did I hate it? No. Did I enjoy it? Yeah. That was pretty much where.
A man of few words.
That means
I mean,
that
yeah.
means hate. So you two hate.
No, I didn't.
I didn't say I hated it. That word never came
No,
out of my
for
mouth,
me,
Keith.
the thing is, like, I checked the Rotten Tomato score afterwards, and it's like at 81%.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect
That's-
spot.
That's yeah.
Perfect spot. I agree.
Perfect.
I agree.
I'm satisfied with
So am I.
that. I almost didn't want it to be higher because I'm like, I hope it's not overrated. Is what I'm like. It deserved.
Sure.
For
You know
me,
what?
it
That's a good
deserved
point.
an 81.
I can-
And
I
that's-
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree too.
All right, well, that wraps up our hour-long spoiler discussion of Captain Marvel. Look, these type of movies deserve it. There's
Half
so
allowed us
much.
to go for an hour.
There is so much going on with this movie, and it leads into Endgame, and so it definitely deserves the hour. We dived into as much as we possibly could. If there's something that we missed or something that you want us to talk about, maybe in a separate video, head down to the comments and let us know something that you really liked about it, loved about it, hated, maybe disliked, would want to see. And we would love to hear from you guys and maybe do a separate video on it, maybe even do a second part of this spoiler discussion.
Jeez.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so that's going to wrap up our spoiler discussion for Captain Marvel. Make sure you head to apocalypsemovies.com. This YouTube channel, of course, hit that subscribe button. Can't thank you guys enough for joining us. For Keith, Jacob, Brian, and myself, again, thank you for joining us on our Captain Marvel spoiler discussion, and we'll see you guys next time.
Hey everyone, Jacob Bartley here. Thanks for watching. If you want to check out something similar from Apocalypse Movies, click this video up here. You want something a little bit different? Check out this video down here. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to Apocalypse Movies and let us know your thoughts in the comments section. We always love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.